You said the same thing I told ya. My eyes are clear, there's no secret. I wanna know, was it serious? I need it clear, my best friend. Isn't easy to show with the weight of the world on my shoulders. I know I told you, it's the best light I know. It's not a game that I am playing. My love, trying to hold my feeling, I don't know what's right. I'll find the best way, I think that I might. I know you made it in the nick of time. I'm calling on you. I think we're made of something. Find a new keeper. I like the way it's mysterious. I think I found my own way. Isn't easy to show with the weight of the world on my shoulders. I know I told you, it's the best light I know. It's not a game that I am playing. Hold my feeling, I don't know what's right. I'll find the best way, I think that I might. I know you made it in the nick of time. I'm calling on you. I think we're made of something. I think we're made of something.
Good evening, good afternoon, good day, depending on where you're at in the world. Hope you're all well. Sorry for the colossal delay. Flight Sim was being silly. So, hope you're all well. Happy Thursday. What a day yesterday was. Joining Murphy on the MSFS official channel. What a ride that was. A lot of wonderful things happened there. It just absolutely fantastic experience. Shout out to MSFS official for following my channel at some point during the stream, as well as during the intro. USCG Azimuth resubscribed for a 3-month streak at tier 1, and he says, "How goes it currently?" Goes well, Azimuth. Hope you're well. So we're starting off here for the second part of our Chase the Cup series. There's a comma in there. As we follow the NASCAR Cup Series schedule, they have been at Daytona the last 2 weeks. This week they make their way down to the Homestead-Miami Speedway. And I think I'm on the wrong server. I am. I'm always on the wrong. I always miss something. But we're going to make our way down to the Fantasy of Flight, so FA08 Fantasy of Flight, because it's Fantasy of Flight. From there, we'll make our way back down to the east coast of the state, on our way down to Homestead. The Homestead-Miami Speedway, which is just south of Miami. Hope you're all well. I'm going to go through the chat because I've got a lot to catch up on. Mimicler's in, says, good evening to you. Kingsman is here, glad to see you. Hope you're well. Red Dragon CYM is in, hope you're doing alright. I'm doing okay. Chilled Corky is in, good evening to you. Grebo's in, how you doing? Hope you're well. Randy Hurst, hey everybody, really nice weather to fly in my home state. Well, glad to join you here in Florida, albeit virtually. Hope you're well, my dude. Six Knots says, evening everybody. Evening to you as well, Six Knots. Brian's in. Good evening to you, sir. Good to see you. Cat9 is in. Happy Thursday. Nighty Night Owl is in. Good evening to you. Hope you're well. Catback9 says, good evening to Nighty Night Owl. And just Brian greets Catbat. I make an apology for the delay. New music, says Benkler. It's just music I've started including in my little stream playlist. Because I like it, I've always liked it, and it works with the copyright people. Flyden says, evening gang, hope we're all well after last night's epic stream from Murphy. It has nice, beautiful weather. Yeah, so, yeah, the whole trip yesterday with Murph, going to Ireland on the official Microsoft channel was just phenomenal, and it was just epic and well deserved. Murphy definitely deserves the recognition, and so that was absolutely awesome to have happen. Wayland is in, good to see you. Hope you're well. Floyd Ricks is in. Really enjoyed the intro music. Awesome to hear. WB1990 is in. Hello, my friend. Ken Grawling, Raleigh, I'll get it. Grawley is in. Good evening to you. Fly Darren, I have a new 4K TV. I'm using the HDR10 on the graphics setting in the sim. Holy moly, not sure if I should or not, but geez, yeah, you get those right settings and it's just phenomenal. Six Knots asked if would recommend getting a TV mount. It depends. A lot depends on what you're looking for. Having the scale of the TV is really nice, but they don't make like ultra wide TVs, and I have an ultra wide monitor, which helps give you more frame of view, which I like, especially for flying, and it would be helpful for even sim racing and to some degree first person shooters. So I like having the extra width, and so far they don't have the TVs with that are ultra wide, so it really depends on what you're looking for. Like the program is in. Good to see you. Goblins here. Hello, hello. Frozen here. Hello. Wonderful job on that logo, my friend. Jepson 2001 is in. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're well. Kingsman likes the music as well. Scotland 737 Max Project is good evening to you. So yes, we're taking something we don't fly very often. The SR22. I don't have a lot of experience with it, but I do enjoy the airplane from time to time. It's definitely different. And it has flat tires. Oh, I know that airplane. So, yeah, we're going to take off from here, go to FA08 from here at Kilo Delta Alpha Bravo. Got the right letters, wrong order. Also noticed I have name tags on. I'm just going to leave them. Because, yeah. So, yeah. Thank you all for joining me today. So why don't we get rolling? So we turn our masters on. Beacon is on. Which doesn't have. Unmute the sim. So that's on. Nav lights. Strobe lights are on. Strobe lights are mainly on to take place of the rotating beacon, because this doesn't have one, and alerts the ground people that, hey, the engine's gonna, be started soon. We'll turn that off because meh. Okay, so, and we should be good to start. Fuel is on. That's good to go. Parking brake is set. Clear prop. There's Corky in an Irish Air Corps King Air. Very nice. It's the CPPR nameplates. They don't have the coherent GT draw issue. They look a lot nicer, except in VR. At least so far. The only problem is I can't toggle them. Sea Fighter, the LG range is good. So says you don't get the width, but yeah. Shuffle Shoes is in. Good to see you. Hope you're well. The SR2. Oh, no doubt. I can't say as I've heard it in person, but it's not the quietest in the sim either. Okay, so transponder goes to altitude. That inset goes off. That goes to there. So flight director comes on. Arm that. Altitude. Select our initial altitude for our autopilot. Select climb rate. And we should be good to go. So yeah, let us get to rolling. So yeah, I hope everyone's well. We're one day closer to the weekend. We only have tomorrow to go. And of course, we'll be joining with Murph for whatever trip he has planned for the morrow. Which should be exciting. So we're gonna, it's kind of a roundabout way to get to the runway we want. Try not to super So we are running at about 7:30 a.m. in the sim with few clouds, winds out of our 240-ish at 14 knots. Man, the taxiway, the signage is huge. So we're gonna wander our way to the runway. There's Draco and a Mooney. And from here, we'll cross the ILS hold short line. And we're going to go ahead and get rolling as and then we'll watch the Fireflies take to the air. Give her one notch of flaps, and we're going to get rolling. Little back pressure on the yoke. Magic 888 is in. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Oh dear. Hang on, Dort. So we're going to do a left orbit. As we look fondly back at the Daytona International Speedway, where the Cup Series has been for the last 2 weeks. Utilizing both the oval course and the road course. Boy, there sure are a lot of you. How is cruise speed measured? Is it by airspeed? It's usually indicated, as far as I'm aware. What shows up on your airspeed indicator. Because you have indicated airspeed and you have true airspeed. The true airspeed is how fast you're actually going. Indicated is simply what's being shown on the airspeed indicator. So as everybody's getting airborne now, most everybody is. We'll go ahead and activate engaging autopilot. Well, how about that? As one of the Thunderflies tries to keep the MB339 slow enough to keep pace with the SR22. Nice roll. Absolutely, Marv. I had to wear the Route 66 shirt at least once on stream. It's a fantastic shirt. As we also have the Thunderflies with us, or at least one of them. Hope you're well, Murph. Congratulations on yesterday. It went off phenomenally, and all the well-deserved recognition that came your way. So there's the Daytona International Speedway. And we bid it a fond farewell for now. We'll probably be back here in the summertime, around about July. We've got some fantastic flyers here with the Fireflies. So we're going to go ahead and hide me and let you guys look at the phenomenal Florida scenery as we make our way to Fantasy of Flight, home of Kermit Weeks and his amazing and very expansive collection of vintage aircraft. Although not yet properly represented to a level it deserves in the sim, it's at least there. We'll fly over Orlando. We may or may not run into Universal Studios and Disney. All the Fireflies are coming along for the flight. Always welcome to have the Fireflies. You can see Dangerous Brian, WB 1990, HCBR, Fly Darren, Red Pilot Randy, Growly in and Long Ease, Catbat, Druid, Wayland, Count Zeb, Like to Program, R. Bruschetta, Chilled Corkley, USA PR1, Tortuga's back there. Glad to have all of you along. This is going to be the shortest leg of the flight. But as Kermit Weeks once said, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Or it's not about getting anywhere, it's the journey. Something along those lines. Sounds good. Really struck a chord with me. So, beautiful sunrise over virtual Florida. A lot of little lakes and stuff around here, as there's a right break. There's Kingsman. So I did this leg last night in VR, and it was phenomenal. I hadn't taken up the SR22 in VR yet. One comment I will make is it seems less claustrophobic in VR than it does with the standard virtual cockpit. It does to me it just seems a bit claustrophobic just with the giant pillar there. But it's a nice little airplane. I've got zero complaints. But yeah, we're one day closer to the weekend. We're almost there. We've had quite the week. On Sunday we went through the mock loop, and boy, that was a blast in a lot of ways. From there we reached Monday. We continued on the India trip over on Murph's channel, which is always a lot of fun. Tuesday, we were back over here, flying 152s over Wales and some other parts of England. And that was very fun, as always. Last night, we were over on the MSFS official channel with Murph, flying over the lovely Emerald Isle and talking with Jane, the community manager of MSFS Official. So it's a lot of good fun flying this week, from everything from the fast jets to the slow 152 trainers. The Thunderflies have been officially dubbed as such. I was really hoping for the Gray Pigeons, but the Thunderflies won fair and square. So I congratulate them on the new name. A logo is in the works. So it's been a heck of a week, and in a great way. I had a giant computer scare on Tuesday. Almost had one today. Once you have one major computer scare, you tend to get a bit nervous about doing anything with your computer for a while. Today wasn't nearly as catastrophic, but I was nervous. There's HCBR acting like Jaws did in the back window. Scotland 737 MAX project. I bought a Haviland Comment Owner's Workshop Manual today. Starting to get a soft spot. Nice. Well, that's odd. Hoping for the goose. Yeah, I like the goose. Oh, the Goosey Goosey's for the name. It would have been phenomenal. But the people spoke. The name was chosen. And such is the way of process. We'll have Thunderfly 1 and 2, and maybe we'll get assigned numbers. This is a very cushy aircraft, very cozy. It's not the same depth as Ailerons Into the Wind's X-Plane. I had this muted in the background, so I didn't hear that we were flying today. We left Daytona Beach, Florida, and we're on our way to Fantasy of Flight, just past Orlando. We'll be flying right past Disney and Orlando Studios, Azimuth. Hope you're well, my dude. There's HCBR. And the lovely paint job by, I think that was Sir Blackulot. It's either Sir Blackulot or Gibbo Ireland. But it's a fantastic scheme one way or t'other. Based on the old, I can't remember the name of the aircraft it was originally on for the Irish Air Corps demonstration team, but it was based on that from what I can tell. And it looks wonderful. Nice and shiny. Well, you're not supposed to cut yourself, but it is part of the armor making process in costuming. That sounds about right. Fugia Magister. Got it. The Trinidad. Aha! Yeah, I don't have that one yet. Got a late start and pushing my C-172 126 behind you guys at 52 minutes from this. How far out? We're at 18 minutes out. Going about a little over 150. I like the looks of the Trinidad. It just wasn't one that not one that I went for. At least yet. The outside of it looks nice. The interior is very off-putting to me. Look at the light and shadows on the back side of the prop. Isn't that awesome? I tried to think of something appropriately vintage to fly to Fantasy of Flight, but the Goose is nice, but it's loud. I have a converted Spitfire, but I'd be the only one in it. So we just went with something I haven't flown in a while. Oops, my man meant to say 52 nautical miles out, not minutes. How many nautical miles? 38. The Waco would have been good, but it's too slow for the amount of distance to cover. And that's the trick, is finding that balance between speed, vintage, where there's something flying. And I need to find it. And it sounds like, aha! We found Chilled Corky. The Waco, it's a phenomenal aircraft. It's just, for covering two legs that are a little over 100 nautical miles and one that's 74, it would have been a long trip. It's... yeah. The downside to the Piaggio is that it has a multiplayer cloaking device, and that just kind of spoils kind of the fun factor, if you will. I haven't seen any kind of update for the Piaggio, which is really disappointing. I hope they fix it. Because I really do like it. It's just, in a group flight, it's kind of annoying because all you see is floating lights. And disembodied lights flying around. Roger that, like the program. Looks like something happened to HCVR. Let's see. Know how to do quick time, speed, distance calculations in nautical miles using the 6-minute and 3-minute rule. Do enlighten me. I was never good at quick conversions, and I do show up on your screen. Nice. Nice. I do see your name tag. We should be getting fairly close to Disney. Actually, we should be approaching it rather abruptly. Off the port side of the wing. Looks to be some sort of mall type structure. So with the 3-minute rule, take your speed in knots, say 100 knots per hour, make it yards, and move the decimal place 2 to the right, which means in 3 minutes you'll fly 10,000 yards. Right, nice. So if I'm going 150 knots, turn it into yards, That makes it 1,500 or 15,000 yards in 3 minutes. So I do believe we should be coming up on Disney here shortly. If my charts are correct, there's a lake with an island in it. I don't think we're quite there yet. For the 6-minute rule, take your speed in knots and make it nautical miles. Then move the decimal place left by 1, meaning in 6 minutes, 100 knots, you'll travel 10 miles. Aha! I mean, we have proper units. We use nautical miles an hour for flying? It might be. So just keeping an eye out for Disney. As Aerolizage is here. Hello to you. Yep, we use nautical miles or knots for air travel. Should be running into Disney here soon. Unless we already passed it, which is entirely plausible. It's alright. Alright, that's alright. Calm down. Calm down. What should I expect in this channel? Well, I do a lot of flying around, having the laugh, and exploring the world with Microsoft Flight Simulator areas. Warhamster has resubscribed for 3 months in a row at Tier 1. Many thanks. Hello from a service station car park in Surrey, drinking coffee and checking in. Well, glad to have you, Hammy. The Fireflies are out in force tonight, flying with me over Florida. Captain Spitfire is in the house. Good to see you. Floyd, we are on the East USA server so far. It's cooperating. But yeah, so Aero, we do a lot of flying on this channel, a lot of group flights, exploring the world a little bit at a time. It's a nice, relaxed atmosphere. Many thanks for the follow, my dude. Roger that. Be happy to have you. So, Captain Spitfire has posted a trip, I believe. I could be slightly mistaken. I believe taking the Spitfire around the Emerald Isle. Where is it? Yes. Tour Lake 3, Lazimuth to the Ferrari Islands. Nice. See, Mahoney's in. Good to see you. Can't sync with cloud servicing. It gave me a connection connection error a little bit ago. Could be related. I know as far as I know, next week should be a sim update, unless they've decided to change their mind. Silver Spitfire route that went around the world. Aha! Nice. Catbat9 found Disney. Nice. You're 100% correct. We'll check our fuel. Good call. Good call, Tortuga. As USCG Azimuth going for a walk, we bat and gotta enjoy the non-freezing heat. Absolutely. The sun's out, which is abnormal for the last week or so. Wayland also got a connection error. I couldn't tell you. They don't release the patch notes until the patch is out. But it's basically just updating bugs and stuff as far maybe some features. I can see Disney World, not much to see from here. Gotcha. Took me a week to recover from the last update, but I still look forward to them. Yeah, it's a frustrating thing. Because as many headaches as the issues can cause, it's still a wonderful sim. Jericho's in. Hi, Colonel. Just got home. How are things? Very well so far. We're flying over Florida. We just passed Disney on our way to Fantasy of Flight. I would fly with the Spitfire, but yeah. It's... Man, I hope they release it soon because I really need the Spitfire in my life. So from once we get down at Fantasy of Flight, we'll watch landings. And then from there, we'll make our way to... Oh, I knew it. Stuart? Witham Field. Stuart Witham Field. On the east coast of Florida, and then make our way down past Miami. Yeah. That could be it. That could be an update from Orbix. But we'll have to see. Well, the last roadmap that they put out, the sim update was going to be on the 3rd of March, which is next week. So, unless they've updated it to say, no, we've pushed it back. Lecture program, scenery mod for Disneyland, not Disney World. Aha. I believe you do have to have an Xbox account, or make an Xbox account. At the very least for the online portions. Otherwise, I think it also works with Steam. So we're just about there. We're about 4 miles out. And we're looking for the field right here. We're going to go for a straight in. Yes, runway 22. We're landing at FA08. So we're going to go ahead and turn off the autopilot. Mixture goes to rich. We reduce throttle. We'll kind of do a fly past and kind of give an overview of the airfield before we land. Once I get down, I'll turn the camera on the Fireflies, watch the landings, and from there I will restart the sim. Can you still play with everyone if you have a different version, such as... Yes. So it doesn't matter what version of Flight Sim you have, you can play with people. Like, there are people with Standard Edition, you can play with the Deluxe or Premium Deluxe. It's just a matter of you may not see some airplanes, or you may see some airplanes as generic, but you can still fly along. The different editions were mostly just added some extra content, not really anything game critical. So we'll be landing on the long runway. They're all grass. Kermit Weeks has plans to implement a seaplane base on the lake that we're over at the moment. It is grass, so well marked is kind of, if you know what to look for, you can tell. But other than that, it can be a little tricky. That's why I'm overflying it now. So cam on for traumatic effect. Well, hello there. So we'll toss at least one notch of flaps. Even with the glitch, they can still help with landing, although my landings have been fairly good without flaps as of late. I would assume that that would be one bug they're going to add in, or fix in the next sim update. So you want to come in. Yeah, thanks, Linda. Runway 22. Is there anybody or flight sim out there? Is this saying best is kind of a misnomer. Visual quality out of the box, yes. It has some pluses and minuses over other sims. It's really difficult to compare. This is just the latest. So we're over the runway. Idle, throttle's idle. And Kermit Weeks keeps these grass runways because he operates a host of World War I vintage aircraft, and they don't work well on asphalt runways. So we'll pull off to the side here. As the Fireflies come in, I'll get parked. Get in. There's WB 1990. You can see some aircraft baked into the satellite imagery. They kind of made the Connie disappear. So, runway 22 is open for landings here at Fantasy of Flight. Dougal McTavish is in the house. Sorry I can't join you all today, preparing for the paperwork and website happening as soon as Monday. We're glad you stopped in, Dougal. Hope you're well. Arrow says, because I might ask my dad for the game and like the yoke throw. You can get away with an Xbox controller if that's all you can afford. I do think the sim is worth it, as we can hide me because, well, we want to watch the Fireflies, not me. It's the latest in graphics. It's still coming a ways in as far as systems. The multiplayer experience out of the box is probably the best and most accessible. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Especially World War II, because even in World War II, asphalt runways weren't exactly the norm for a lot of reasons. So we got Fly Daring, Druid Zeus, Dangerous Brian, and Wayland in. There's Floyd. There's Growley and R. Bruschetta. Yeah, I got it too. So don't feel like you're the only one. There's Red Pilot Randy. There's Like to Program and Tortuga. Uh-oh. USA PR1 in with the Bonanza. Interesting. The Fireflies, or the members of our group flight, are landing, and we're just watching them land and seeing how well they do and just giving them some screen time. I'll restart the sim, and then from there we'll take off and make our way to the next stop, as Draco's monitor is back. There's Kingsman in, I believe, a DA-40. Magic 888's in. You have a good one, Wayland. Glad you could come along for a little bit. You have a good rest of your evening. So that seems to be all of us. We'll give you a quick overview of what it looks like. Most of the stuff is baked in. You can see Kermit Weeks has a B-24 out there. There's supposed to be a Lockheed Constellation here, but they scrubbed it out. Over here he has a DC-3, a Ford Trimotor, and a PBY-5 Catalina. And a vintage water tower is supposed to be here. There's a maintenance building over there. His seaplane base is going to be going over here. But it's a fantastic little field. Down this way, he has a DC-3. I'm not sure if it's baked into the scenery or not. If anything, I might be able to tell where it was. It should be right around here somewhere. Sorry for bothering so much. Will the game work with any PC? GC does. My desk, but I don't know which because. Well, it just has to meet the system requirements that should be listed. Mahoney says there's some Xbox issues. Well, we'll just check that real quick before we restart the sim. It's been a pleasure. So glad to have you along, Darren. Let's see. Xbox. Now. Down detector. Ooh. There does seem to be some reports of Xbox being down. Interesting. Well, we'll call an audible. And just for safety's sake, we're going to go ahead and not use that camera, but use this one. We're going to edit our flight plan. As Cars Forever is now following. Many thanks, my friend. Hope you're well. Come on. Here we go. So we're going to manually add in Kilo, Sierra, Uniform Alpha. So KSUA, roger that, arrow. So we enter that in, and that gives us our next destination. We'll disable the parking brake. We'll turn around, put the flaps up. And that's a good looking paint job on that 172. I may be biased though. So we'll make our way to the end of the runway for the next departure. Okay, 17 minutes ago, Xbox support says, we are aware that users may not be able to sign in to Xbox Live at this time. Our teams are currently investigating to fix the issue. We will update here and on xbox.com/status when we have more information to share. So, we do have information officially acknowledging that there is issues. I like to program. I'll be parking my internet. Works the way sometimes. I'll keep watching though. Have fun, you guys. Well, glad you were able to fly for a little bit. Happy that you'll keep tuned in, and we'll try to keep you entertained with work. That 172, it really does. It's kind of funny. Retro liveries look so much better than the modern ones. And don't ask me why or how, but they just do. So we're going to do... No, that's not what I wanted. And close that. We'll do it in mid-flight. Awesome. Rogers RC is in the house. Good day to you. Hope you're well. So we'll get ourselves turned around here. We'll add in one notch of flaps. And we're going to go ahead and get rolling. Slowly add the throttle in, keep it, I'd say keep it on the center line, but there really isn't a center line per se. Just keep it straight. So we'll make a right turn on the course. Of course, do an orbit of the field as we normally do. Yeah, Rogers, it seems that an issue has arisen between us starting the flight and now. It seems to be affecting a lot of people. So that's really unfortunate, but it's not your fault. It seems to be a widespread issue. That's also why I didn't restart the sim. So yeah, that's been Fantasy of Flight. Yeah, it seems the Wi-Fi network issues happen right now. It just happened to me. Aha. Well, it's not. I don't think it's you. I think it's just the Xbox services. Because I looked at Xbox support and they are reporting a major outage and limited usage. Account profile is. Let's see. Outage reported at 3:15 p.m. Eastern. I'm assuming. We're working on the issue as of 4:15 with a resolution pending. So it seems to definitely be an Xbox service issue, not an individual issue. As well, it can't be. Yeah, which is hugely unfortunate, so we're not going to restart the sim as we normally would. So we'll just keep going on our flight as usual. We'll get the autopilot.
Engaging autopilot.
Yep. I had several less connections in the last hour. I got one, and that's all I got. But following the recommendation of Mahoney and whatnot, I won't restart the sim. It's not you, Rogers. It's Xbox. They're having some service issues, so it's not you. It's them. I'll keep a tab open on my laptop to keep an eye on it. It seems like for the most part, if you're in, you're in. It's the getting in that seems to be the problem. So since we're in, we'll just stay in. Many apologies to those that are trying to join. It's not your fault. Kingsman had 2 lost connections and but reconnected. I had the 1 and it reconnected. Those silly servers. Draco's gonna keep trying. Had to log in 3 times. Yeah, that's not a bad thought. If you can at least get into the sim, we can fire up Join FS. Make sure you're on the latest version of Join FS. Red Dragon has had 5 disconnects, but it sorts itself out. I had no problem yesterday too after MSFS stream, but I could get in after I restarted. I mean, I could not use... I don't have X-Plane, so I couldn't use X-Plane. It seems to be mostly an account issue, not necessarily multiplayer related, but we can always at least give folks the option. Yeah. Fixing with extra big quotation marks. It's the CPPR nameplates. And I'm using the green version 2. I don't know. I've already done that. The last time I adjusted my drivers, I did the DDU install. I'm running the latest stable version that I'm aware of, and they seem fine. I did do the C++ uninstall and reinstall. Have yet to sort that out. Or at least see how it works. I do have the honeycomb yoke Cristo right here. I do enjoy it quite a bit. Ooh, pardon me. Goodness. And drink more water. It is and it isn't. It's in the mid-range pricing. When you start to consider the high-end pricing of the high-end yokes are upwards of $800 to $1,000 US, and are heavy and professional grade. Those are expensive. This is not cheap, but it is much more affordable than something like a Yoko yoke. It is a case of you get what you pay for. I think it's very well made. It's reasonably priced for the quality you get. Dangerous Brian is flying below. It's worth it. I upgraded from a CH Products yoke, not the Eclipse, the real basic one, and all in all, it wasn't that much less expensive than the honeycomb was. Granted, I got the CH Products years ago, so it's all kind of relative, and it's definitely relative to your particular budget. But I do believe it's a case of you get what you pay for, because I feel it's really well made. No, it has some plastic parts, which helps keep the cost and weight down. But it does use a lot of metal parts too. Like the yoke shaft is all metal. I think there's a lot of metal used in the yoke frame. I haven't taken it apart to figure it out, but it's very sturdy. There is metal construction to it. It's just not all metal, but it's also not all plastic. They kind of struck a balance with it. I don't necessarily care for the word plastic so much, but it's polymer, which is a form of plastic. Yeah, it's well made. It's not cheap plastic. No, I do not have the Bravo throttle quadrant. I only have a Logitech throttle. I didn't see the need for everything that the Bravo has. I didn't have a need for it, so I have no current intention on getting a Bravo. Although if they want to send me one, I'm not going to turn it away. But for desk space and for the features it has, I didn't see a need for myself to have the Bravo. It all depends on your situation. I do have some brackets for my HOTAS setup to have them at a proper arm level, so I'm not doing this with my arms hyperextending for hours on end. It looks like Draco made it in. There's Rad Pilot Randy, the Grawley. Let's see, Red Dragon, Druid, Kingsman, Catback, and just a wad of others. There's Floyd and WB. I think Brian is ahead of us by now. Red Dragon, I've had the Bravo on order since November. Still no sign of of it arriving. Yeah, there's a lot of shipping issues. They're kind of questionable. I'm not going to speculate one way or the other about it. It's frustrated a lot of people, and rightfully so, but I can't begin to speculate as to reasons other than the current world situation thing that shall not be named. Oh, there's Count Zepp. Has impacted things a lot more than a lot of people really want to think, and the convenience of online ordering stuff needs to be tempered a bit with, it's nice to have the instant gratification. Oh, there's Brian. He's up there. It's great to have the instant gratification of, quick shipping, but there's a balance point where there's a lot of frustrations with the lack of shipping and folks that have had it on pre-order for a year or more. So I understand the frustration, but COVID had an impact on a lot of things that aren't easily seen. Don't forget to switch fuel tanks. Absolutely, Floyd. Spitfire, same. Need to get some stands down the line. On my tour, doing a 3-hour flight in Spitfire, and my hands are going right. Yeah. So we look down here. Well, we're still higher on the right tank than we are on the left, so I think we'll stick with the right tank for a little bit longer. So we're going to go ahead and hide me. Azimuth's back. Back again. Guess who's back? Old friend. It's a beautiful landscape here in Florida. I've not been to the state in person. If I did go, it'd have to be in the winter months, because I can't deal with the heat and humidity. Ooh, 40 degrees. That's practically baking. Considering last week we were struggling to, stay in the positive temperature. $99, sorry I lost you on Twitch again, back now. All kinds of internet issues going on, isn't there? So it does seem that the Xbox says they're still working on it. The stream keeps stopping. That could have something to do with just Twitch not giving the options for variable quality. Because it seems to be okay on my end. We're really enjoying the Seminole lately. Yeah, the Seminole's fantastic. I like the Seminole better than the Mooney. I know that might sound like sacrilege to a lot of people. I don't know. I like the The only thing I don't like about the Seminole is the autopilot. It's annoying. Kevin Riley is in. Hello to you. Hope you're well. But no, the Seminole is fantastic. Because with the Coronado has four airplanes currently out. They've got a PA-28 in development, which I think is kind of odd that they picked that out of their vast library. Flying from London to Cairo in the Comet, 560 nautical miles to go, cruising at 33,000 feet at 440 knots. Nice. But with the Mooney, I like its speed. It's cool looking. It's fast. It has the steam gauges, which is nice. The autopilot's kind of, once you figure out how it works, it's nice. But overall, it's fun to toss around every now and then, but I can't see myself really getting into it. The Seminole's really nice. It has really nice night lighting. It's phenomenal in VR. The Waco is the Waco. It's its own kind of thing. I love the 182. I just wish it was a steam gauge version and not a glass cockpit. If the 182 was a steam gauge over a G1000, I would probably like that the best because I'm a bit partial to Cessnas. Roger agrees that he likes the Seminole better too. Yeah. I couldn't really pin it down. It's just I enjoy the Seminole more than I do the Mooney. I don't know why. I couldn't put rhyme or reason to it. It's just I like the Seminole a little bit better. It'll be interesting to try out the PA-28 when they release it. I wonder if Coronado had decided on the PA-28 well before Just Flight announced they were working on a PA-28, and that's kind of why we have the dueling PA-28, the dueling arrows, as it were. It's just, it could be just a coincidence and odd timing, but if they did it on purpose, it's really confusing as to why. Yeah. Mr. Zed Rider is in. Many thanks for the follow, my dude. Hope you're well. Yeah, no, the Piper Arrow, it looks great. It's just it leaves me scratching my head, going, what are they thinking? What kind of thinking? What happened? Because the only thing I can think of is Coronado looked at their vast variety of aircraft to put into the sim, and they made their roadmap, not telling anybody. And it just so happened that the PA-28 was after the Waco, and it just so happened to be round about the same time as the PA-28 is going to be released. It could just be weird timing. It's hard to say. But I find it suspect to some degree. The extra 300? I flew a Turbo Sentinel in the 80s when I was working on my experience. It was a great trip. Nice. Welcome along, Wombat. I think my dad got his twin rating with a Piper Navajo with a Geronimo conversion. Could be wrong. Mr. Zed Rider is here on Murphy's recommendation. Well, many thanks for checking it out. If you like Murph's content, I hope you like mine as well. We're both kind of in the vein of relaxed GA flying with the occasional sprinkling of dangerous flying. The flaps, there's a bug. They changed something and it reduced the effectiveness of the drag of the flaps. There are a few. The Extra 300 and the Pitts and the Waco don't have flaps at all. The Long Easy the Long Ease does not have flaps either. One bat we flew the Seminole because my instructor needed monthly. Aha! That'll do it. I don't think I've been in a twin, at least a general aviation twin. Honestly, I see flaps, but they don't move. I don't know. That seems to be broken. If it has a flap switch, and it should have flaps, and if they aren't moving, they seem to be broken. So we're not gonna look at the seat. We're gonna look out towards only get so many options with the default aircraft. We'll watch there because that's cool. A couple of DA-62s with us. So I went up to Newcastle in a twin with a friend. Nice. Yeah, most of my life has been spent in single engine piston. Single engine land piston driven aircraft, which was a Cessna 175A Skylark, who Sir Blackulot did a phenomenal job recreating the paint scheme of said aircraft, and Murph was very kind when he flew it last night on his stream on the official MSFS channel. It's absolutely beautiful. Got a bit of a more swampy green look to it, but that kind of goes with the biome of Florida where it's a lot of wetland. Hope you're all enjoying the flight. It's always a pleasure to host a flight for the Fireflies, explore new areas, have the crack, as it were. So how about we all do a wing wave for those flying and watching at home. Oh, WB 1990 is doing the tail wag. No worries, Murph. I've been keeping an eye on that since Mahoney had said something, and they do indeed have an outage as Captain Spitfire is coming in. And according to the site now, cloud gaming is down, multiplayer gaming is down, store and subscriptions is down. Man, it's cascading. It's getting worse. So, shout out to Murph for a phenomenal stream. That's not what I wanted. I'm glad it's enjoyed, Magic 888. It's 6 knots. If you're on Join FS, I do have that running. If you can at least get into the sim, even without servers, I've got Join FS, so that's an option. But yeah, Magic, it's been a pleasure, even just hosting the flights. And I'm glad that they're enjoyed. That means a lot to me. Oh, silly, silly. Free stream. Let's try this. 100% azimuth. We'll have to coordinate. Perhaps we'll coordinate your videos along with the stream so we can kind of do a double whammy. The servers are doing weird things right now. Draco, it really is a stress relief for me as well. If it hadn't have been for the sim and finding Murphy, the last 6 months would have been rather unbearable. Captain Spitfire thinks he's in. Here's hoping. I'm not sure. Some people are saying that a computer restart's got allowed them to get in. Some people are saying that they're in, but they can't find any servers. I don't know. It's all kind of hit and miss right now. But it is a widely reported issue. Let's see. I would pull my hair out. Yeah. Murph, it's actually reporting it for me as well. I'm just lucky enough that I was in before the issue happened. Yeah, the photogrammetry when it pops up can do that. It was doing it for me earlier. So it's not just you, Murph. It's a lot of people. we really that close already? I guess we are. We're about 10 minutes out. Let's plan on runway 25. Let's get a better link for that. See, I managed to get the sim running, but in offline mode earlier. It looks pretty bad as no terrain or ground textures. Oh dear. Yeah, and it's reporting a lot of issues, so it's a widespread issue. We were lucky to get in when we did. So as much as I would like to restart the sim, I don't want to chance it. But as stated, I do have JoinFS up and going. So if you're at least able to get into the sim and don't see any servers, you can at least still fly along. CL3 Pingu. I recognize you from the Discord. Been flying with you and Murphy for about 2 to 3 weeks now. Never missed one till tonight. Don't restart it. Yeah, from the first warnings and I investigated, yeah, I won't be restarting. I'm not sure why you keep losing me on Twitch. I don't know. I am doing the dual stream, so see if it's better over on the YouTube. So Murray, yeah, it's they've known about it for about a couple hours now. And they're working on it. So far, I've managed. It all happened after I was connected, so I'm sitting here crossing my fingers, hoping it stays this way. I won't be restarting the sim because if I do that, I won't be able to get back in, and that'll just make me cry. Pingu says Twitch is good for them. If you can, like I said, if you can at least get in the game, JoinFS is an option. So we're looking at runway 25 for landing. We're about 16 nautical miles out. I believe it's right there. No options there. That doesn't do anything. Yeah, that's kind of been my philosophy. Is once I saw the outage, I'm just like, just don't need to restart. It's running okay. It's fine. It's fine. Here's a golf course. There's the Atlantic Ocean. I believe that is our stop. Catbat is 15 nautical miles behind. No worries. We're not in any kind of hurry. Take off from SUA now. Roger that. 6 knots. Whoa! Hello! Flying over Florida, we can say that we're really flying over part of Africa as it was... Aha! Do make sure that you are ingesting a proper amount of water. Water is good for your body. I know that it's easy to get wrapped up in things and forget to drink water, but that's why I have the reminders there. To not only remind you good people, but to remind myself as well. So we can see the blinkers on the light on the as Keen Lafford is in. Hello to you, my friend. Hope you're well. Yes. Nice flying at home with MSFS. The curfew remains on in France between... Oh dear. That's rough, Goblin. Where the heck did that come from? Let's see, near airport, try to join an X-Plane 11. It is Kilo Sierra Uniform Alpha. We're going to overfly and then land on runway 25. Made it just in time. Dinner is arriving. Ha! What's for dinner, Draco? Hope it's tasty. So we get a look at the airfield runway 25 is this one right here. Or no. There's a cross runway. Believe me. I saw it on the diagram, I swear. Yes. Aha, right here. Ooh, chicken tacos. It's Kilo Sierra Uniform Alpha. So we're going to turn off the autopilot. Mixtures at full. So yeah, runway 25. So we'll fly out over into the Bay Area. And web face cam on for traumatic effect. We'll reduce the power. Compensate with trim so that we lose airspeed. Make sure it's also connected to the simulator. It's the only suggestion I can get you. I'll just fly through. Never mind, Twitch. Yeah, it's really odd, 90 Night Owl. I'm not sure what's going on there. There's an idle throttle. We're pulling back so that we can lose some drag. We'll do a slip real fast. And we should be able to slow down for the approach. Seems to be connected. It has my only used once before, so thanks, Linda. Compensating with trim. Look at that, just kissing the ground. Pull off to the side here. Parking brake on. So runway 25 is open for business. Will hide me. There's Floyd. Roger that, 99 Owl. Sorry it's not working. Twitch is flaking out on you. As Draco's in. There's WB 1990. There's another SR22 of Dangerous Brian. Nicely done. There's Red Dragon. Yeah, 6 knots. I can see it connected along with Sir Fuzz. There's Druid. Kingsman veered to the left. So the only thing I can think of 6 knots is it may not be connected to the sim, or it may not have the model matching set up as Tortuga's in. There's a Seminole of Magic 888. There's a Long Ease with Grolly. There's Chilled Corky in the Bonanza. 99, but I have to say, great countryside, closest ever. Nice. That's just good. You take care of Shuffle Shoes. You stay well. We'll catch you on the Discord and the next stream. Gonna risk it. We're gonna risk it. So we got Ride, Pilot, Randy, and Catbat in. Our Bruschetta's there. There's Randy. Glad you're enjoying it, Magic 888. It's a pleasure to put them on. There's our Bruschetta in the Skyhawk, followed closely by Catbat 9. Aw, yeah. good to hear, Draco. You take care. We'll catch you on the Discord and in the next stream. So, without restarting the sim, 99 hours, so my landings are horrible. I always try to land too soon, so it's no worries. 99 owl. It's all about the practice, the repetition, and you get better in time. So don't sweat it too much. Don't beat yourself up over it. Kozaki Flyer is loading in now. Awesome. Chill Corky is calling it a night. You take care, sir. You rest well, and we'll catch you on Discord and in the next flight. So we're gonna not hit that button. We're gonna use that button. So the next airport, actually, we will put the parking brake back on. We're gonna hide that. Woo! Flight plan. So we're going to Kilo Hotel. Sierra. Tango. So Kilo Hotel at Sierra Tango is our next airfield. That's KHST. Alright, so got that set up. Parking brake comes off. And we start meandering our way down to the runway. You know, the photogrammetry is fantastic from the air, not so great up close. As always, working tomorrow will be better tomorrow night and the weekend. Good night and all. Glad to have you along, Goblin. We'll catch you on the next flight and on the Discords. You take care of yourself and keep safe. So we'll put one notch of flap up as we get ready for departure. We'll just kind of sneak our way around. Glad you enjoyed, Wombat. Glad to have you along. You take care of yourself. Mixture goes to Rich. Keep her on the center line as best as we can. Airspeed's alive. We're lifting off. Flaps coming in. And we'll circle our field. our field, circle the field, while everyone gets up in the air. Well, I see one person without a name tag, so that indicates somebody from Join FS. So somebody got something working somehow. Absolutely stunning scenery. So it seems most everybody's up. So we're going to pop into the cockpit, toss on the old autopilot, engaging autopilot. So I like making up names for the automated voices for the G1000 systems. The lady's voice is Linda. I think in the bigger jets, the guy that does the GPWS or whatever it is, the callouts of 300, 200, whatever. I think that's Gary. You need to find a name for this guy saying autopilot activated. Call him Chet. Thanks, Chet. 6 Knox is going to call it a night. Catch you again. Thanks for trying to help. Sorry I couldn't get it figured out for you, 6 Knots. Maybe worth posting in the Discord trying to explain your issue. Might get it sorted out. Glad to have you as long as we did, in whatever fashion we could. You're at least in the chat, and that means something. You're here. As Nighty Night Owl with the Tier 1 sub, many thanks, my friend. It's much appreciated. It's very generous of you. I'm just blessed to have you all along for the ride. You're all fantastic people, and I'm proud to be a part of the Firefly community. I'm proud of Murph being our figurehead. It's been a fantastic ride, and I can't wait to see what the next year has in store for us. Perhaps another trip down Route 66 going the other way. Roger that, Kingsman. You had a great night. You rest well, and we'll... Oh, pardon me. Woo, that came up on me. Woo. You take care of yourself. Glad you'll be watching from your phone. Good having you in the flight. There's Dangerous Brian. You take care, Kingsman. So now we get to really see the coast for a fair amount of this leg of the trip. Won't be too far. We'll miss the Space Coast and Palm Beach. Well, I guess we're too far south for the Space Coast anyway. We'll miss out on seeing Palm Beach on Boca. But I think where we're going is going to be nice enough. What's that? Fort Lauderdale. We'll miss Fort Lauderdale. Oh, goodness. Goodness me. I definitely need to update the scrolling list of all the wonderful subscribers over on Twitch. It's just having that kind of support. It's just, I never thought I'd see it, and I'm humbled daily by it. And I can't thank you all enough for it. Cruising, it should be about 2,500 feet, so 2,500. We'll confirm that. Yep. Going a little under 150 knots indicated. Barrow is at 299.2. Though I think I can PFD. Turn it to HPA. Everything's in the green. Oil pressure's a little on the higher side. Try to slow down just a little bit more. Go ahead and hide me. There goes Dangerous Brian. No, you're good, Dangerous Brian. I don't worry about it. So it's been a lot of fun this trip. Some interesting scenery. We got to see Fantasy of Flight as represented in Flight Sim. It's been kind of nice flying the SR22. It's not a bad little airplane. It's got some good speed to it. It'd be better if it, had an more analog cockpit, but it is what it is. It's always a pleasure to fly with the Fireflies. Well, there's a first for everything for the night. First CTT, everything was going so well. I'm not sure what happened. It was all going so very, very well. Not there. Do. Another one of those. Okay. Well, here's crossing our fingers that we can get back in. It was going too well. So, according to the event viewer, it did say that it was a VC runtime error, but it ran a lot longer than it had before. So, I can't be terribly upset. I'm curiously frustrated. Frustrated, but curious as to why. I did notice I did have some Windows updates, so that could very well have done something to it. So now the question is, will I be able to get back in? Just waiting on the sim. Yeah, we'll knock on wood.
Look at those palm trees dance.
Yeah, Wigginer 99. Yeah, they've had issues, and we had been flying just fine, but you know, we're seeing how things go. Some people have been able to get through, others haven't. So it's kind of a cap at 9 with the 4 gifted tier 1 subs going out to Pingu, Tom LeCrab, Draco, and Ben Vinal. Many thanks. They're working on bringing the online servers back, and then all of a sudden, yeah. It wouldn't surprise me that it's the subs at all, or the subs. Servers. Like I say, because it's been going great, and then all of a sudden, you know, that happened. It could be coincidental, but yeah, Catbat, you're an absolute legend, my friend. You know, your generosity is, you know, you're very, very kind. Something in my eye. I'm not even making that up. So many thanks. And so far we're stuck at the loading screen for Flight Sim. Little spinny line down on the bottom right hand corner, so we'll see. We're hoping. Crossing our fingers and toes. Pardon me. We shall prevail. We'll see what happens. Da-da-da. 8 seconds ago, our teams are continuing their investigation and have found that users experiencing sign-in issues may have issues with purchasing content and party chat as well. We will send additional updates here and on xbox.com/status when we have more information to share. So they're still working on it. And we'll see what happens. It may be a shorter stream today, shorter than intended. Which, well, that just means if we get cut short today, well, I guess I gotta do a bonus stream, either tomorrow before or after Murph. Flight Sim's doing something. Flight Sim is doing something. It's doing thing. Because everybody loves a bonus stream anyway. Appreciate the chill time we all have. Thanks. I'm just happy to have you guys along there, Catbat. I mean, you guys are just phenomenal. Your generosity just is humbling. And it's just incredible to be a part of the community. I mean, as I'm off to say, I'm just happy to be here. Pardon me. Buttons were pressed. Yeah, they certainly were. The thing that happens in MSFS that shall not be named. Yes. Gosh. The drink goes down the wrong way. Somebody said, hey, what does this do? I can just picture some poor guy just having a bad day, a rough week, just spilled a little bit of coffee on the wrong thing. Roger that. Well, we'll see if I can get back into the sim fully. So far, that's been the biggest hurdle. Yeah, the non-simulated horror. You're not wrong. But listen, I can't really be all that upset because, I mean, it is frustrating. There's no doubt that it's frustrating. But the things that this sim has done and the way it looks and everything about it, or everything else about it anyway, is just, it makes it worthwhile. All the headaches. It's been learned. It's definitely a learned set of patience. It's not always easy. Let's see. I am executive. So I'm in the sim. I'm not seeing any servers. I am on the Two-Tone Murphy Join FS server. So let's see. FD servers. So we'll start there and give her a go. appreciative of that, Brian. So I'm back in the sim. I have no servers, so I'll take what I can get. Like I said, I am connected via JoinFS. So if you have, I burned through my patience with students at school. When I go home, it's on like Donkey Kong. I don't blame you. Back on YouTube, Twitch is not loading for me. Interesting. But yeah, I am on JoinFS. So if you want to fly along, I will be on there. So hopefully that should provide some semblance of, hey, I see the fork. Or the kernel. Red Dragon is on JoinFS. Roger that. I'm starting at Foxtrot Delta 08. I'll make sure all my settings are correct. Do that. Meant flying. I'm done flying landed. Yeah. Today is just. It's not been Microsoft's day. We'll just say that. So we're gonna get this set up first. Flight director nav. Barrow. Vertical speed. Alright. Should be golden. The password is listed on the Murphy Discord. I'm not authorized to give it out in public. So we should be good to go. Trim it up just a little bit. So we're rolling. I can already tell that the Bing data and photogrammetry is non-existent. Oh yeah, there's no photogrammetry here. Yeah, that's we're going. It still looks better than FSX though, without a doubt. Yeah, it's very humbling, Catbat. Okay, autopilot. Thanks, Chet. CHET. That's this guy's name, is Chet. I will say that the sim seems to be running a bit smoother, for better or worse. Some days you miss the photogrammetry. Aha, Kozaki Flyer can see me. Am I ahead or behind? Can you pull up your VFR map so we can see where you are? I can do this. I'm right a beam of Kilo Bravo Charlie Tango. Murray, we're in the Cirrus SR22. Down here in Florida. So I think I'm in Boca still. Yep. BCT is Boca. So I missed passing Palm Beach. It's a little inland, but it's not that far from the coast. I might be a little more closer to the coast than you guys, so XEKPMP. That is Pompano Beach Air Park. Nice. The closest has the Beach Crash D36. That's more than adequate. We're also kind of flying offline at the minute, just because Microsoft is having some technical issues. Now, I'm not making any accusations, but let's just say things were working great yesterday for Murphy's stream on the MSFS official Twitch, and now today there's Xbox issues. I'm not saying they're connected, but you gotta wonder. I see a little nav map. Goose is about your 2 o'clock. Ooh, little nav map. I forgot about that. Little nav map. I don't know what you got. I don't know what you got. Sorry, a little Beach Boys parody. Ha! Why am I not on the magenta line? That would be why. Let's see. It's possible. So, little nav map. Yeah, I see Sir Fuzz in a PA-44 Seminole. See Red Dragon in a Beechcraft 36. Awesome. So I do see people in little nav map. So that's something. I see lights. I see lights. Lights. You took it from Lake Worth, where my grandparents used to live. Nice. We're right near Kilo Foxtrot LL. Our destination is Kilo Hotel Sierra Tango. So I've always had some issues with the photogrammetry. Sometimes it's smooth as a bell, and other times it's like living in a glass house. When I loaded in the sim, no, and no. Still currently not working. So unfortunately it was working and then the sim said haha, and now we're Johnny No Mates, sort of. If it wasn't for the TTM or the Two-Tone Murphy Join F, ooh, I see other lights. The Two-Tone Murphy Join FS server, I wouldn't see anybody. So that's why they're great. I mean, bad. I mean, it's still better than FSX, but that's why they're a lot basic. It's not the photogrammetry. They're having a severe server issue, apparently. Where I did FAA dispatch license chambers. Yeah. That looks like a mall. Definitely does not look as good as the Bing imagery, but it's a step up from FSX. So there's that. It's something better than nothing. We could have had a prematurely ended stream, but we didn't. We'll be landing at Kilo Hotel Sierra Tango. Yep. We can still VFR and use GPS. The fact that I was able to get back in the sim at all, I'll take it. I'll take it. Kilo Hotel Sierra Tango. That is our destination. $99 done for the night, and we will see you tomorrow on Murph Stream. You take care, you rest well, and we'll see you tomorrow. Sky Demon. I don't know what Sky Demon is. Ah. Well, that's neat. May have to look into it. See what it's about. KOPF. What is it? Where is that? Ah. So we're about to fly over Miami. Not the international, Opelika. So it looks like some sort of executive airport. Ah, that'll do it. Sounds kind of like almost Pilot Edge. Not Pilot Edge. Yeah, Pilot Edge. Or no, For Flight. I do have Navigraph that at least provides navigational data. Oh my. Yeah, the graphics are sadly basic, but as I've said before, I'm just happy to be able to get the sim up and running at all with the server outage. Something is better than nothing. That is an excellent question, Kazaki. Let me... more than likely runway 24. Ooh, Ryan just had a complete crash. Check your event viewer. See what it tells you the cause was. Yeah. Microsoft learned that, oh no, we're having a group flight. Well, we can't have that. They found out that some of us are still holding on to the servers, and they're taking us out one by one. Alexander B97 is now following over on Twitch. Many thanks, my dude. Wow. Let's see, where do I find event viewer? If you type in the search bar, you should type in event viewer. It should be able to find it. It's K Wisner is now following on Twitch. Many thanks. Let's see. Yeah, the VFR map. None. That's the standard VFR map. Hi to you too, dude. Yep, it's just a standard VFR map. Nothing fancy. But Brian, if you type in if you get the little magnifying glass down in your start bar, type in event viewer, it should give the option. And then you want to go under logs, and then under applications, and look for anything that has a red error next to it, and it should say, something about flightsim.exe and possibly some other line just below it. Thoughts on the sim? It's really good for what it is. It's still growing. They're still improving it. They're making improvements on it constantly. Any frustrations end up being worth it if you're really into aviation, especially when it comes to group flying, visual fidelity, and just having a sense of exploration. If you're someone that's hardcore into airliners and helicopters, well, helicopters aren't in it yet, but they're planned. Airliners, they're flyable, but if you like study level stuff, we're not there yet. Overall, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I've been playing it solidly since it released, so I can't complain. Checking out the status of Xbox Live. I shall refresh. Nope. Still having issues. Still down, says the Xbox. But yeah, no, I'm pleased with it, being able to travel all over the world. It's brought the Fireflies together, which is the name for the two-tone Murphy community. In a time where we can't travel, Flight Sim 2020 has given us the best alternative, at least when the servers are up. Which is, today's not a good day for the servers. They're generally fine, but it is what it is. But being a part of the Fireflies and being part of this, our little community, has been phenomenal, and I have Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 to thank for that. So we're almost to the executive airfield to Kilo Hotel Sierra Tango. We're about 8 miles out. There it is there. We are going to check out the Homestead-Miami Speedway, which is right over here-ish. But since we don't have the Bing Google satellite imagery thingamabobber, I don't think we will. But we will get in here. We'll turn off the autopilot. We'll maneuver our way into the field. So I see some lights coming in for landing. So we'll come over here and face cam on for traumatic effect. That's Red Dragon on final. Now, thank goodness for Join FS. Gives us a little bit of traffic. Mind the trees, says Red Dragon. Will do. So we try to lose some airspeed. We're turning on to final. Doggo is life is now following over on Twitch. Many thanks. I approve of the username, by the way. Doggos are awesome. If my life situation was a little bit better, I would probably have a doggo of my own. Seems I'm getting subs on YouTube, but I'm not getting notifications for them. Interesting. Have to look into that. Crabbing, it's a little difficult with the wind being... This is crabbing right here, where I'm going straight. Thanks, Linda. Whereas if I were to do this, where I'm trying to keep centered, it doesn't really work too well because the wind's going right down the runway. As Jay Winneker's in catching the landing on the couch, or on lunch, on the couch at lunch. You have a good night, Randy. Glad to have you along. And we're down, just like that. Under 40 knots, flaps are coming up. Yeah. That's why we have Join FS. And speaking of, there's Red Dragon. So I won't be able to catch the landings of the Fireflies, which brings me great sadness. But it is what it is. Glad you enjoyed, Randy. So, as we're going to hit that button, we're going to hit this button, and we're going to make our way in the air. And at least give a nice scenic look as a send-off. I do appreciate everyone for coming in and checking out the channel. We're gonna look see who we can raid. Who can we raid? We'll raid 757 Spy on Twitch. Thank you all for coming along. Thank you for all the new subscriptions, the gift subscriptions, the follows, everything. Thanks for being in the chat. Thanks for flying along. Just even with anything, it was always a great stream because flying with you guys is awesome. Many thanks for coming along. I wish you all well. And until next time, be good to each other. Stay safe out there. And we'll catch you next time. Take care.